Hi everybody, I decided to do one more Emoji Classroom lesson using the Evernote system with Skitch due to I have some time on my hands here, so I thought I'd do one on Pluto's New Horizons mission. So I'm going to go into Skitch. Free app you can get on the Evernote system. I just finished this one on Earth with emojis on animal land masses. It's on my Thinglink now. So I'm going to close this up and I'm going to start a new one. So I'm going to go to my camera roll. And I'm going to get to my wonderful picture of Pluto here. I got this off of nasa.gov. It is cited and sourced. So I'm going to click on my favorite planet, Pluto, you know, the small planet with a big heart. I'm going to shrink it down just so we can get a better picture of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the regions of Pluto here in using Skitch's abilities with emojis, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some areas and finish it up on Thinglink, which will be really awesome here. So I'm going to get going here. So first of all, we got the heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here. I'm going to select my letters, and I'm going to pop in the first one here and wait for it to take. Now what I'm going to do, that's the heart, better known as, of course, the Tomabo Regio, which of course is named after the person who discovered Pluto back in the 30s. So what I'm going to do is I need a heart. So there is my heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a region, but I'm going to use the big pink rivulet heart first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that off. I'm going to click on it again, and then I'm going to expand it. I'm going to span this puppy way out. So I'm going to do that. So my emoji of my heart for Pluto. So I'm going to do that. I'm now going to select over, and I'm going to select my arrow, and I'm going to do the North Pole region here. And I'm going to also go right back to my letters, and I'm going to add another emoji to this. Now you're probably all wondering, well, Ryan, how are you going to actually discover that? Well, I'm going to show you in a moment here how this is going to work. This is kind of a cool little thing which I'm going to do. So that is the North Pole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a shadow person here. First of all, I'm going to put this over here, and then I'm going to tap off of it. I'm going to make a new one, and you see it's kept my size resolution, which I really like. And then what I'm going to do over here for the North Pole, if I can get it, there's what I want. Get my snowflake here. I'm going to put the snowflake here, and now I'm going to add the moon for Charon and Hydra around here and emoji creations in a type of thing, which I'm going to then use and name later. So I'm going to hit this, get out of this. I'm going to put in my next emoji, which is going to be Charon moon, and do that. I'm just going to go over to my moon phases over here. So I'm going to hit this. I'm going to hit in my regular moon here. So this is going to be Charon. I'm going to get that off as they're grouped. I don't want them grouped. So I'm going to get over here. Charon's going to go right there. And then what I'm going to do next, tap it again. Oops, wrong spot. That's my fault. I apologize. Sometimes you have to do this about where you hit your regions for Skitch, because sometimes they can be a mess up. So I'm going to go over here. Now, let me see. There are 5 of you watching. I got to ask you a question here. If I have Pluto here and I'm talking about the New Horizons mission, what picture do you think I need to be putting on here? Anybody know? What emojicon would I be using? I know someone knows the answer. There are 5 of you. You guys know what the answer for the next emoji I'm going to put on here? I got no one saying. Well, of course, I need a satellite. Oh, wait. Spaceship camera. Thank you, Reba. You got it. You're right. So now here's the little problem. The little area here I want with my telescope here isn't quite right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a satellite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a camera. I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to shrink it down. And then I'm going to get that out of there. I'm going to make a new one right here. And I'm going to get a satellite dish, because there's actually satellite dishes on your emojicons here. I apologize. Can't think of this off the top of my head exactly where the correct emojicon is for the satellite. So hold on. I know it's here. If not, one thing you can do to make a spaceship through Emojicon is to merge it with a speaker sound. It's a really cool little icon. Hold on, I'm looking. I know I got it around here somewhere. Like I said, I officially apologize. I do not have this picture up a little sooner. but I'm doing this off the fly, so, and I also like because you have better interactive with people here. If anybody sees it, just let me know here. I'm on a setup board here, so I'm not worried about I'm going to pass something off by here and not see your guys' comments. I'm actually looking at both here. I'm multitasking. To the right. Thank you, Reba. Because there's the space, because there's the rocket ship. To the right, to the right, to the right. Where is my satellite dish? Satellite dish. There you are. Right here. There's my satellite dish. So there's the satellite dish. So I'm going to clip here. I'm going to do it over here, and I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. I'm going to place it over this, make it just a little bit bigger. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch features. I'm going to go to the drawing tool. I'm sorry, the drawing tool. I'm just having one of those days, folks. I officially apologize. I'm going to slick up. I'm going to grab yellow because New Horizons was yellow. So I'm going to get out of this, and I'm going to make this look a little bit. Once I do that, I'm going to blur this out a little bit. So that's blurred. No, this is great. Never have seen this on the iPad using the way. Oh, thank you, Ruby. So yeah, I'm just going to use the emoji count. I'm going to replace that because my satellite did not look good. I do not know why my drawing tool is not working correctly. It was working really nice earlier. One second, I have a knock at my door. All right, my car keys is for. Oh, sure. Thank you. That'll go on 125 right there. Perfect. Thanks, sir. You're welcome. Sorry about that. That was my tech person. That was my other tech assistant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this in a little better. I'm going to move this, get them to join. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my yellow here, and I'm just going to position that right there. I'm going to shrink it down. Oh, pronounce Rebecca. I'm sorry, Rebecca. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. So now I'm going to do that there. I'm going to put the camera here. And I'm going to click that. So there is my emoticon for my version of New Horizons. I have my person here, and now I have Sharon, and I'm going to do is add a couple of more moons here. So I'm going to get to A. I'm going to get Hydra and all that. So as they all say, Hail Hydra. Yes, I like to be funny that way, Hail Hydra. So I'm actually to do this, and I'll move the camera over just a little bit. Is Hydra is not an exact circle, so I'm going to do a little hazelnut here. I'm going to click on that and move that out. No problem, thank you. So I got my little hazelnut, looks like Hydra. And now I'm going to pop it over again. I'm going to do another one right here. Oops. I'm going to put in Nix and Sticks moons. And Nix and Sticks, as we all know, look like potatoes. They're not 100% round. So what I'm going to do here, I really wish I had a potato right now because that would just be perfect, but I do not have a potato. So I'm going to put it over here. So I'm going to get kind of a thing going on here with Nix and Sticks. So what happens is I'm going to kind of go a little phase units around here. So for Nix, I'm going to do a crescent moon. And then I'm going to tap over here. We're going to make Nix a little smaller. Kids would remember these details after watching this process. That's exactly why I'm doing this, Rebecca. So, okay, I've got Nix right over there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in Sticks. Sticks is a very small moon. If you've been watching New Horizons, it's an extremely small moon. It is not a perfect circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it over here with this crescent moon. Get out of it, and I'm going to shrink this way down. Nix, so here's Nix and here's Sticks. Nix is way over here. So I've got Sharon, I've got Nix and Sticks, I've got Hydra over here. So I need to put Cebrios or Cerebus as they call it, which is the dog of the underworld. And that, of course, I'm going to do into much smaller scale here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this raindrop. Because sometimes it has sunshine over on everything else. So I'm going to do that, pop that out. So now I've got the 5 moons. So I've got Hydra, I've got Cerebus, I've got Sharon, which I'm going to move over because Sharon's off camera there. I don't like Sharon being gone. I've got Nicks and Sticks, I've got the heart, and I have the founder of Pluto right here. So this is all finished. I'm going to click out of all of this, shrink this down just a bit, and now I'm going to hit the share arrow on top here. And I'm going to let it save. I'm not going to caption this. I'll show you what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to save this to my photos. Now the good news is this is on my Evernote too, so I don't have to worry about it. But if I want to, I can share this photo too. So I'm going to hit the share arrow, and I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to go to my pictures. By the way, I apologize for the glare on my screen here. This is the way my lighting. I have old fluorescent in my office. This is an older office, so they don't do it. So I'm going to email this out to myself. If I had the Thinglink downloaded right here, I would just pop it up and do that, but that was my fault. I apologize. I'm going to put in Pluto. I'm going to mail that off to myself. Give me a second here. I'm going to log into my Thinglink. Just look at my screen there. And I'm going to go to my email. By the way, many people don't know this, but you can create a label on your Gmail if you want to. And here we are at thinglink.com. And as you can see, my picture of Pluto has come. So there is Pluto. So I'm going to top this off here. I'm going to drag it to my desktop. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here and do the create system. So I'm going to do a create. And I'm going to try to move my iPad, my stand over. Ooh, I just pulled out my plug. I was not being safe as I should have been there. So hopefully everybody can see me doing this so I don't have to hold my camera all the time. Hold on a second. That's not going to work. Let me try it this way. Okay, there we go. I need to get a selfie stick. I swear, I need to get a selfie stick. Okay, so there's that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload that picture right here. So I'm going to drag and drop it. And it's going to put the thing, it's going to take my Pluto picture here. So it's going to go right here on Thinglink. It's going to give me interactive, and it's going to give it a second to load. Let me position that so you can see it better. So now you can see that much better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, of course, name this. I'm going to call this Pluto New Horizons Mission. And then what's so great about the Thinglink is I can update this whenever I want to. So as more information comes right here, we can do it. But as you can see, we have click the tag. So what happens is I have all my moons, everything over here. I have New Horizons and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag this, and I'm going to leave it black. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, of course, make this interactive lesson so it stays interactive. I'm going to keep the news up to date with nasa.gov because, of course, as we know, there's going to be constant Pluto, hopefully as long as nothing happens out there in space. Let's face it, when you're heading towards the Kabori belt, you have no idea what's happening out there in space, because I mean you're traveling 3,000 miles. You're traveling 33,000 miles an hour. You hit a grain of rice, you're going to put a hole through that satellite. So what happens is I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do my New Horizons picture. So I've done it. I'm going to do interactive link. Pop that in, as you can see. So I have that. So there's my new thing. So I would say here. So the New Horizons mission Pluto is right there. Try to lean this back. I'm trying to get a better angle so you guys can see this and I can work. So I'm going to say New Horizons probe launched. Oops, might help if I spell probe right. New Horizons probe launched in 2006. So that's all good. It's awesome. I can change it or hide it if I want to, or automatic. So I'm just going to save that. So right now, New Horizons is ready to go. So my next thing is to name the moons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name it. So this is going to be Charon. I'm going to change this to a yellow one to let it blend better. And I'm going to put in here Charon, Pluto's largest moon. I can't spell Pluto today. So that's there. I'm going to do a direct link right through here. So I'm going to go back to New Horizons. I'm going to click on Charon, so it stays interactive light up here with Charon's moon thing. So right there, portrait of Pluto. So right here, moons. I'm going to click on this, and I'm just going to use this as a main link. So I'm going to click, I'm going to copy my link for Charon. I'm going to pop this into here. So there's that's gone. So I'm going to just save that. Now I'm just going to leave this as the main link. I'm going to pop in the rest of the moons here. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to make this red, and I'm going to say Hydra, moon number 4. At least I'm pretty sure that is. I can always update these. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to put in Cerberus. I'll just make it a black dot. Cerberus, moon number 5 that we know of. They might end up finding several other moons when that data is processed. So now we're going to do Nix and Sticks. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on both these moons. I'm going to make them yellow so they stand out just a little bit. Thing. Nix, second moon. Save that tag. I apologize, I dropped my phone. Like I said, I need a selfie stick or a better holding stand. Oh, that's better. And then, of course, I will do right here. Of course, this is, of course, Sticks. Third moon. All right. Now, I'm going to do right here. Now, remember I did the North Pole here, or the arrow. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the snowflake. I'm going to make that blue. And I'm going to say North Pole is 40 times colder than Earth's North Pole. So think about that, how we talk about how cold up north in the pole. It's a lot colder on Pluto. All right, so then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this as the heart. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to call the hearts of Pluto. So I have a heart logo here. So that's all good. I'm going to expand it just a little bit. Move it over here. And now, of course, I'm going to do on Pluto's heart, because I don't remember. Oops. Pluto's heart throb. Don't ask me why I did that. That's an old Disney photo. That's one thing about live Periscope, folks. It's very funny. So here we go from Physics Today. And this is the current thing. I'm going to pop that in here for the link. Pluto's heart is made of frozen carbon monoxide. Think about that. Frozen carbon monoxide. And is named after Pluto's discoverer. I can't spell frozen either. Apparently I've been watching too much of it. So that's good. Save that, and then I'm going to do right here is a little interactive internet about the Pluto's discoverer. I cannot think of his name right now. I mean, it's Herbert Rolls. I just can't think of his name. Pluto's discoverer. So I'm going to do the history of Pluto, which of course was by Clyde Thing, which was in Arizona, which is funny because I was actually in Arizona about a month ago by Clyde W. Tomberg. So I'm just going to say right here, Pluto was discovered in Arizona by Clyde M, I believe it was. No, it's Clyde W. Tomberg, which is what the heart is named after. I mean, it's his name, B-A-U-G-H. All right, so I'm going to save that tag. So right now, I have this all set up. I've got emojis creating out for everything for the moon areas. I'm going to move them over just a little bit so people can see them a little bit better, because it just looks more tame here. Same thing right here. So I got that. I'm going to move Hydra over a little bit. So I used emojis to create this entire info pic for Pluto's New Horizons missions. I can now update these links at any time, or they'll update automatically due to the links through NASA's main thing in the History channel. And then I can share this on any network, so I'm going to just save the image. There we go. Share with your friends. Ooh, I want to share with my friends. Can I share with my friends? Oh, I want to share with my friends. So I'm going to hit that. I'm going to tweet this out, and I'm also going to save this because I'm going to send it to my friend on Twitter later. So there we go, everybody. There it is, a wonderful Periscope, how to use emojis and create the thing about the Pluto mission. Thank you and good night.